patients with respiratory illnesses have a lot of symptoms and they have a lot of problems, and it costs the NHS a lot of money. So what we'd like to do is try and improve better care and access to our patients in our area here. So I think that's why we need a respiratory clinical care network.
Respiratory diseases are responsible for a huge amount of ill health, mortality. They're largely responsible for the annual winter crisis in acute hospital beds.
We've decided to concentrate on two of the most common respiratory diseases: asthma, which many people understand because particularly it affects children but also adults, and also COPD, which is chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. This is less well understood. It comprises of two components, bronchitis and emphysema, and is often related to smoking. However, both of these diseases have some very similar characteristics, and so addressing them can be together can be a very powerful thing that we aim to do.
Well, asthma is a very common condition. Maybe 10% of children have asthma, so there are 2 or 3 children in every class that take an inhaler to school with them. There are essentially 2 problems that occur in the airways in patients with asthma. First, that the airways tend to narrow easily in response to stimuli that in normal people without asthma cause no problems. And this leads to a feeling of chest tightness, wheezing and breathlessness. The second problem is that the airways become inflamed, and this inflammation leads to coughing, and when it becomes severe, to severe asthma attacks. And asthma attacks are the aspect of the disease that bother patients most, because these are episodes of asthma that don't respond to the treatment the patient has at home. So they have to get emergency help.
COPD is a disease which is very common in this country. It's very common worldwide, and the major cause of COPD, or chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, is cigarette smoking. We're concentrating on this disease because it is common, and also the problems that patients face are quite severe. They are breathless, they cough, they bring up sputum, they feel that their lungs are not allowing them to have a normal life. They're interfering with their activities of daily living. They also have acute attacks where the disease gets worse.
We'll be measuring the impact really by assessing how things were before and how things were afterwards. We'll be assessing what patients' responses are and how they've felt after the impact that we've implemented our services. We'll be liaising with our important key stakeholders and see how we've tried to ascertain whether the key priorities have been reached, and again assess before and after the effect.
I think the aspect that excites me most is the possibility to innovate. The whole area is in a state of flux at the moment. There are new treatment approaches, there are new diagnostic tests, many of them developed by us. I see the opportunity of this AHSN to look at these new techniques and see if the promise of early clinical trials is borne out in real-world practice.
Our patients want to feel better. They don't want to have increased symptoms. They don't want to be admitted to hospital, and they want to have better access to better healthcare. So I think they're the most important key needs.
Our network is all about our patients. Our patients are at the centre of what we're trying to do, and we're trying to improve the care for our patients. We're trying to be smart about how we care for our patients, so we use our resources better, and the aims of the network therefore are to improve the quality, raise the standards overall, but also use our resources in the best possible way so our patients live better, live longer, and use our medications in an improved manner.